Okay everybody, so today we're going to be doing a video on the Type 99 Arisaka. Now, we've already done a video on one of these, but we got another one, so we figured we'd do another video. And this Arisaka is a early 0 series Nagoya. They made 100,000 that didn't have any series marking, and then they went to the first series, and then the second series, and so on. So this one is an early one. It was probably made around 1941, I'd say. Could have possibly been late 1940, but it was most likely 1941 made. And the Type 99s really started to go into production in the 1940s. In 1939 is when they started making Type 99 rifles, but those were the long rifles, still in the Type 38 stocks, with the exposed handguard. And then in the 1940s, they really started switching to the short rifles. And the Type 99s are well known for having, on the early ones, sight wings, anti-aircraft sight wings. And a lot of people now will comment on how that's stupid because the aircraft were too fast for it, but the slow-moving Chinese aircraft that they were really thinking about fighting against were slow enough to where those could actually be effective if you had a whole platoon of guys firing at it. And over here we've got our cleaning rod, which the Japanese cleaning rods are retained by a button, which is fairly interesting. Comes on out and just locks in place like that. And here we've got our bayonet for it. This one has a straight guard. A lot of the early ones would have had hooked squillions, but a good number of manufacturers made the straight guards, and some manufacturers made the hooked squillions all the way till the end of the war, but a lot of them would switch to the straight guards and go away from the hooked quillions. So later in the war you'll find more hooked quillions instead of the straight guards. This bayonet was made by Toyota. And these rifles were produced from pretty much 1940 to 1945. In 1939 they really only had the Type 99 long rifles. But these are very nice, smooth, cock-on-close rifles. Have a Mauser follower hold open. And this one is all matching. And that's somewhat uncommon because a lot of times after World War II, they'd bring them back and they'd mix up the bolts. But this one's somewhat interesting for that. But it was a post-World War II bring back because our mum's ground. And yeah, these rifles are really nice, accurate rifles, are reliable. The steel, especially on these early ones, is some of the best steel that was used to make bolt-action rifles. The quality of this steel on these early rifles in Type 38 was supposedly good enough that the U.S. military couldn't break them when doing tests after World War II ended. But, yeah, that's about all we can say about it, so let's get into shooting some. Alright, we're going to start out with 5 rounds out of our stripper clip. Stripper clips always feed fairly well in the Arisaka. Nagoya has a really nice trigger pull. I've got a feeding issue there. That could just be from the stripper clip. That's all of them. Okay, this is our next group. We got one on the orange, one just under the plate, and then the other three right here on the plate. Pretty good group. We'll see if we can tighten it up any. Okay, we're gonna load up 5 more. This time we're gonna single load them just to be able to see if that issue was just caused from the stripper clip or not, of it not feeding. Got that same issue. Seems like the bolt is hitting a snag or something there. That's all of them. Okay, I've got one on the orange, one just next to it, one here just off the plate, one just below the plate, and then one down here. It's grouping fairly decently. Alright, we're going to load up another 5 rounds. That issue we've been getting on feeding seems to be inconsistent, and we think it's just a problem with the spring. That's all of them. Okay, this is our next group. We got another one in the orange, one right here, one just off the plate, and one just under. Fairly good groups out of this rifle. Alright, looks like we're out of ammo. Well, that solved the problem. Alright, that's going to be it for the video. We had a lot of fun with the 0 Series Type 99. And these rifles are quite accurate, quite nice. This one wasn't as accurate as our other ones, but still pretty nice rifle. And these rifles were used extensively through World War II, and ended up being used after in the Korean War, and also in the Vietnam War. Some of them managed to find their way there. But these are real nice rifles, and they're fairly available. It's just the ammo is hard to find. And yeah, if you want to see some more out of the Type 99s, let us know in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next one.